Hello. Hi, this is Pauline's. Okay, welcome back to Pauline's Place on WCOBM, the World Center of Broadcasting Media.
Right.
We was having discussions here with Willie Bruce and Willie.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, I know that you have a background and some things that you have experienced in your lifetime, what resulted and made you start to writing. Is that one of the things that you
Pretty much.
inspired you to write? What inspired you to start writing?
Well, I finally got the time to sit down and really read a book is when I first went to prison.
Mm-hmm.
And then Monster Cody. You remember Monster Cody?
Monster.
When he wrote his book.
Who was Monster Cody? Can you
Monster
tell us a
Cody
little bit about him?
he was from A-Tray Gangster.
Monster Cody.
I grew up in a blood neighborhood. I was from Six Deuce Brands.
Okay.
Right, so their neighborhood was like right next to ours.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
But you never think that in the ghetto that they will let writers, that we are that smart enough to think other than, the prison
outside the
and all
box.
that. But there's a lot of talented people.
21 total.
21
years.
Okay.
Man. I'm glad you're back
my
home,
goodness.
man. I'm glad you're back home.
Yes,
you.
we're glad you got out.
Baby. Rehabilitation,
Oh,
man.
man.
And
That's a
How they do
triple OG
our
right.
brothers,
It's
how
my
they
uncle, man.
incarcerate,
My
put
auntie.
these black men behind bars.
there's so much
one
talent
thing.
that I've met personally
Yes.
behind bars. You would be amazed.
So let me ask you, when you was doing them many years and during that time, like you said, it had your chance to sit down and start thinking. You said Monster Cody write books, and Tookie wrote books when he was locked up.
Yeah, Tookie.
Yeah.
So
I met Tookie
tell him
a long
about
time
that.
ago.
And
Well,
how
I
your experience.
actually, he was my inspiration.
Okay.
When he wrote his book, I was like, damn, I could do that. And I know that, especially as black people, we all got a story to tell.
And his book was named Redemption, and it was for children and how kids.
You talking about Tookie?
Yeah, Tookie Williams,
you
who
talking
wrote a
about
book called Redemption. And matter of fact, Jamie Foxx played him in the movie Redemption.
And I had graduated high school by the skin of my teeth, and when I wrote my first book just on regular line paper, it was about maybe 297 pages, and I thought I was doing good, and then I showed it to a educated partner of mine.
Yes.
Right, and he says, man, you need to educate. You need to re-educate yourself. Did you graduate? I said, yeah, I graduated. 297 pages. It was one paragraph. The whole book.
What?
One paragraph. Not a sentence break. Not a separate paragraph in the whole book. Everything from the first letter I wrote to the end of the book was all one paragraph.
Really?
Right, so I went on back to school up in there, and then next thing you know,
You put a lot into one paragraph.
that was one pair. But I was a high school grad back then.
Yeah.
We was
Your writing
intimidating the
skills,
teachers and all that, and they would just help. Okay, let me get him. I don't want him back in the limit. Just get him on out of here.
They
wasn't really stressing the education.
Yeah, they wasn't
educated,
giving you any type of writing skills and how
Nothing.
doing essays and stuff like that. What you
that part.
require, punctuations and stuff. They just
Exactly.
pass you on to the next grade just to get you on out of that
Exactly.
class.
That being
and-
said, like I tell kids, and I did. My dad, Johnson Limousine Service, Pauline was with us, and we did a lot of, gang intervention. We did with Cat Williams, with the foster children, celebrity games, and with the music, because I'm a hip hop mower, gangster rap, big gangster rap comedian, all that. But I tell kids nowadays, man, the gangster shit. Can I say shit? Gangsterism.
Said it already.
Gangsterism is getting your education.
Yeah.
Taking care of
See,
your family.
come on now. Come on,
That's
boo.
gangster.
That's
you know what I'm
not
saying?
that's
and
the
now
real
the real
gangster.
gang. He 22 years in the pen, and they come out and write books like James Baldwin. These writers, these poets that we don't know nothing about because
Langston
research.
Hughes.
I actually
Langston
wrote,
Hughes.
See, I read all that stuff in
I
Malcolm X
commended
College in
them. Yeah, I
Chicago,
commended them. That's gangster.
We had to write a
That's
Malcolm X
gangster.
autobiography.
That's our culture.
Nat Turner.
Writing. I mean, that's our culture. Writing. Our culture.
We got
ain't
stories to
gangster.
We
and
have
killing each other.
The thing about it is, boo help, but it's about storytelling, and there's so many black people and people minorities that have stories to tell that nobody knows about. And we sit down sometimes under our depression states, and we start to writing things, and we write, we used to write in codes because they didn't allow us to write in slavery time. If you learn how to read or write, they beat you.
They'll kill you.
Exactly.
They will kill you, not beat you. They'll kill you. So, and that was a law.
So we had to write in secret a lot.
So as the years went by, I actually learned how to write screenplays first. Everything I've ever written, well, except for that 297-page, one-paragraph book, right, was a screenplay. I write my screenplays first, and then I turn them into novels. Screenplays is easy to write.
So let me ask you something, Willie. And you really never went to college to learn to do
I
this
never went
here.
to college a day in my
So
life.
you got street knowledge and all that from this.
Exactly.
Okay.
I already had the street knowledge. That
Yeah.
came with growing up. I just started hanging around the right people. And I mean, they got some sharp people up in prison.
So in other words, prison kind of like saved your life and saved your career and saved you.
It did.
And you
the
got
things
you off
that
the
I was
streets.
doing, the things that I was doing, by rights, really, I got away with a whole bunch. I should be resting in peace right now.
Well,
in the situations
thank
that I
God.
was in.
Well, God
thank
had
God
you here
for
for
that.
a purpose.
Yeah, so
And your purpose probably is to
and
tell
what he
your
did,
story.
he slowed me down.
Prophet.
He
I call a man like you prophet.
He slowed me
Slow you
down,
down.
and let me see he allowed me to see the big picture.
Let me ask you. Now, with that, I'm a writer too. I was a child actor. I did music. I'm doing comedy. We have
And
a
a
lot
hell
of
of a
stuff
comic
going.
at that.
Thank you,
Yeah.
man. Thank you.
Yeah, his comedy, that's
And,
Bugatti more
yeah,
than comedy.
and the thing about it, to come from the gangster rap world to do comedy, man, my street cred, and I hate the word
You
street
had to
cred.
laugh to
That's a
keep from
total opposite.
crying.
That's obvious.
Yeah.
Street
You
cred.
had to laugh to keep from crying. We have to do things
We do.
comedic. That's
exactly,
why.
Auntie. Our lives, we go through things,
Yes.
but the street cred, when people say street cred, that's corny to me. Street cred. Here you go. My dad did 20-some years. My uncle did 20-some years. Pauline, Chicago, we didn't suffer. We did all that. So
And then
guess
I know
what?
all about your mother.
My
you know,
mother,
you
they murdered my mother.
You grew up hard. and
But
you
guess
had to
what?
laugh.
I wouldn't. Guess what? When I look back on it, I thought we was rich. My grandmama, I thought we was rich
was
because we
taken
right
care
there in
of.
South Central, Compton, Watts. We there. But guess what? We was together, and then and I tell kids, as an OG, my uncle's a triple OG. He's writing books. He's doing something positive.
Ain't that
That's
wonderful?
great.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
These clowns out here that ain't never
Yeah.
ain't never been to
it's
no
not easy
never
at
been to no
all.
pens,
Yeah.
never grew up in the ghetto. They promoting bullshit on
And
their
they out
records.
there gangster rapping
Yeah,
and
they
ain't
never
been
did
in jail.
nothing. A real OG will tell you, hey man, that ain't the way.
That ain't
Go
what's
here. Let's write some books.
Believe that.
That's love people. I'm talking about all people.
Yeah.
See, it's easy for me to like the motherfuckers that like me. It's hard for me to like a person that I don't like.
Yeah.
I grow as a man when I can tolerate. God give me tolerance to tolerate even a racist person. And I don't believe in racism. Race, what is race? That's from point A to point B. I don't get involved with
That's
that.
running. I mean,
That's running.
the human race is
So
what I
I'm
look
talking
at.
about KKK. If I can sit down with a KKK person, a Nazi, somebody that in their mind, and I sit down with them, I talk to them. Trust me that. I talk to them.
Like I
and
said.
guess what? They're human beings too.
Yeah.
And if you really break them down, they got love for everybody.
Damn, everybody got love. That's
Love
the thing
for
about
everybody.
it.
like what I stress in this book is all about respect.
Okay.
There's a lot of racism in this book, right? And I mean, racisms come in all different forms, right? With this one right here, right? The guy, biggest thing in this book is respect, right? You respect me, I pick you up in this limousine. If you respect me, I'll take you where you need to go, unscathed, unharmed. Right, but when you disrespect me, then I got to teach you a lesson. And this book is really going to have, it's going to create a divided nation.
It's about morals and principles,
Yeah.
whatever work you do. I think Marley Quinn quoted this here. He said, I don't care if you're a janitor, but you do that to the best. If
To the
you
best
do
of
that
your
good,
ability. Right.
then you receive the best worker of the month
Exactly.
for being the best janitor. So whatever
Exactly.
you do,
That's
you
real.
emphasize on that. And if you're a driver and I take you safely to where you got to go, I'm going to tell you a little bit. I drove Uber and Lyft a little bit, and that's somewhat like that. People want to throw up in your cars and all this stuff, and I'm like, don't get in here and disrespect me.
But it comes with the job. See, tolerance, patience.
Yes.
See, I was a hothead. Anybody looked at me, I was on them. Now, through the grace of God, I'm learning patience. I'm learning forgiveness.
Me too, man.
I have to forgive. See, I'm not going to forgive them for them I'm gonna forgive him for me, because I'm not gonna be up all night. This person
Come on now,
threw up in my car,
that's right.
and I've got to beat him up.
That's
I'm gonna
right.
forgive him because I don't want to go there.
Yes.
Right.
And that being said, like I mean, Auntie, we argue all the time. I still got love for it. We
still
argue
love each other.
we argue all the time. But guess what? We gonna do that. That's what we do.
Yeah.
But that book right there, the cover of it, the way you had it, man, that took due diligence to make this book.
Oh, yeah.
And tell the kids out there.
I actually been writing on this book here for
That's
7 years.
That's professional. Look at the book. Show them the book.
It's so professional.
It's
That's
professional.
why I say.
Look, you got the cover.
Did he go to college?
do it.
You didn't learn to write. This is self-knowledge.
He used to put a hoof
This
print.
is creativity.
He used to pick cotton.
And there's so many, African American men that I know of, and my sons, they have so much creativity. And that you have a genius level of intelligence that you don't even know that you have.
You gotta get it
reach in
out.
there.
Oprah,
And
we're looking
reach
for
in
you.
there.
Oprah, we want you to invest in this book. We're doing a book club with
Please,
strippers.
come on, Oprah. I've been trying to get at her
Oprah,
anyway.
we want Oprah. I love Oprah.
And you're
I've been
reaching,
trying to- I love her too.
you're reaching in there inside your soul, trying to do this here stuff. We still on, Mark? Okay. And what it
Good
is
job. Good second.
is
We
that
on.
I feel that it's something that God has blessed you with. Now, since the pyramids, and since we were the first people to walk the earth,
Of course.
and I'm not
Ashalama Bacon.
and you go to the mitochondria, which is the first black woman in the world that they have related everybody to coming from this one black woman in Africa, and they showed how they expanded to different parts of the world. And they have tried it. That gene is only downloaded that DNA from the female.
Henrietta Lacks, remember her?
Yes.
Now
I got Henrietta Lacks. And they're getting ready to make a movie out of that.
They ain't gonna make a movie.
She was she died from ovarian cancer and cervical cancer.
Yeah. And her
Which in that days, I got her book, and I know in those days when a woman went to the hospital and she had a bunch of kids, they figured it was a female. They call it female trouble. She had female trouble, and they didn't know. But her cells, they put them in the culture, and they did it. She's
reproduced
from her cells.
Polio,
her cells are
on
lasting longer. That's why they call it immortal. Henrietta Lacks.
But her cells
Today
actually was the vaccine for flu
for
shots,
polio,
everything.
Okay.
Everything.
Polio,
Henrietta
the
Lacks.
pap smears, and all that was created
Saved
from her
everybody.
cells.
Everybody got her DNA. Everybody got her
DNA.
DNA. It's incredible.
Okay, the cancer
I think
cells. So we're
Oprah
gonna expound on Henrietta Lacks the next time, because they get ready to make the movie. Tyler Perry and got it, and Oprah Winfrey.
And Oprah, yeah.
And they're gonna tell you the story about her.
I love
and
Oprah
I have a
Winfrey.
book. But her cells, most people's cells died. So that was in 1930s. Hers are still living.
Her cells in you.
They separated.
If you ever got a flu shot, her cells in you.
Polio shots and all that stuff
If
was
you
derived
ever
from the great
took
immortal Henrietta
Viagra.
Lacks. So, thank you all for tuning in with us today, and we hope to see you all soon again. We got some very good stuff going on here, so tune in to Pauline's
Get
Place.
that book.
Thank you very much. Please get that book.
WillieBruce.com. Barnes and Noble, Amazon. Willie, he got you. No. WillieBruce.com, and you can order it. I'm buying it today.